Hello everybody, this is Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. It's going to be a moment of truth time sort of a video. Um, because it is the end of our first month. We're hemorrhaging money, and the issue will be whether or not I can reach the end of the month and switch things over to a monthly model to see whether or not by putting on fewer shows, we can retain roughly the same amount of money from sponsors. And in so doing, actually managed to turn around and profit. It's hard to know. It's hard to tell. What we'll want to probably try and do is, well, first of all, let's look at our event history. I want to make sure I'm not making the same shows over and over. Conrad v. Felcher. Jeremy v. beat Fast Eddie. Oh, I tell you what I was going to do. Probably this main event, I was actually just going to have Anthony Bartlett Jr. and Conrad have another one-on-one match. Um, and yeah. Has Felger ever fought El Mojito? I don't know. I suppose there's a way to find out, isn't there? Basically, Felcher's a really talented guy. That's one of the reasons I feel like I should try and use him whenever I can. Let's close it down here and set up for the next day. Alright, so let's do a little booking backwards. It's going to be it's going to be a match. One versus one. Singles match, yes. Anthony Bartlett Jr. versus Conrad. Next. There is no title on the line. The result will be a win for Anthony Bartlett Jr. Hmm. Yeah, pretty much just has to be him by cheating, right? Done. And the aftermath can be just to show how vicious he is. Anthony Bartlett Jr. is going to do a beatdown. If we've got that opportunity. Actually, no, these two have earned a brawl to the back. And this will continue their rivalry. There we go. Continue their feud. That's the way. Let's finish booking that segment. Now then, let's look at everybody's stats. I was thinking it might be nice to have El Mojito take on Felcher, but honestly, Felcher is a better match for somebody like, honestly, Genarlin. I mean, these two are made for wrestling each other. They're just so cool. Though Marcos is, interestingly enough, a, maybe I should be taking a look at how cheap these various guys are. Do I have anybody else who's not? Yeah, I mean, I suppose Majik is less than some of these guys, but he's also not that great. Um, it is kind of funny that the two cheapest workers I have are also the guys I'm pushing at the biggest angle. Um, Jeremy V's not bad. If I had Jeremy V and Fast Eddie have a match already, possibly. Be nice if I could go back without canceling all of the booking. If I could go back, I guess I've only booked one show so far. I'm coming back to the game after a few days, folks. Let's get up here. Gee. Let's go ahead and put Axel Law in a match against Axel Law in a match against Jeremy V. No, Axel Law. Actually, Axel Law wouldn't be a bad guy to put against Ginnerlin. Ginnerlin would like win, of course, but yeah, let's do that. Two down here. Maybe it's just easier to do this. There we go. Yes, it's match style, 1 versus 1, singles, select participants. I was saying Axel Law versus Intikame. There's no title on the line. The winner will be Intikame. It'll be clean. The aftermath will be Axel Law runs away. No. Yeah, he runs away. He's a sneaky snake. And you guys are just doing a good match. You guys are just doing good for the world. Oh, I've put this in the wrong slot anyway. Because obviously we are going to start the show with one of our, well, hang on a minute. Yeah, let's go ahead and start the show with one of our red hot interviewers. Interview. Single worker. It's going to be Conrad. And his target is going to be ABJ. That's what the fans all chant. It is to continue their feud. He's cutting them down. So yeah. And then we'll have our opening match. Then our opening match. Then we'll have another match. Then we'll have, sorry, opening match, segment, match, segment, match, segment, match. Right, they do this intentionally. They have them nicely spaced apart, just like so. So yeah, let's do that Axel Law and Takami thing that I was going to do. 1 versus 1, singles. Axel Law versus Intikame. Done. Yes, it's a clean win. Where was it here? No, no, no. Axel Law runs away. And you guys are just putting on a nice match. You guys are just trying to get the fans all excited out there. we got Akimon over there. How about making Akimon fight? How about having Akimon fight Fast Eddie? Yeah, there you go. And if this is one that I've already done, hopefully it'll be a different 15 people this time. How's that? And again, Akimon is going to be the big victor here. Nothing. It's just to put on a good match. Now, what else do we have among our merry band of people? Now, if I wanted to be real cheap, and maybe I do, just to make it through this month without losing all of my money. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to scrap everything that I've done. Remove this booking. Actually, no. Let's keep this, because I do like ending our initial month of weekly shows with a singles match between these two guys. I mean, obviously later. Um, obviously later there's going to be a gimmick match for these two, like a Texas Death Match or something like that. They're going to brawl to the back. This will further their rivalry. Alright. I was thinking I could book the two of them in individual matches and then later on have them together in a tag match. Which is something that that's a bit of booking you'll sometimes see. Um, you won't necessarily always see it with guys who had matches earlier in the show, but while we're trying to save money, we could do that. While we still have to have these guys on open contracts because nobody will sign a written contract with us. It's hard to find different ways to plug these guys in, you know? I feel like I've already had Jarrell Clark and Magic fight each other. Possibly, but it's going to happen again. Singles. Jarrell Clark versus Magic. You can have anything that you desire. And let's put Jarrell Clark over in this one. He does it clean. And then after that, he runs off. How's that? He gets a clean win, but he still doesn't get to look like he totally dominated. You guys are just out there to get everybody sort of set. Do you understand? Now, I believe I've checked this before, but Jarrell Clark and Magic. Oh, Magic actually has a decent amount of charisma. We are going to have a dark segment that is an interview with Magic. He's just going to go out there and do some crowd work. None. He is just out there to hype. He's just out there to be a hype man. Now let's book an interview segment. Axel, you're not bad, but you're no generalin. So we're gonna have the G-Man come out here to do an interview segment. That's right, I just called General and Inukami the G-Man, and you will too. One day, when you least expect it. And now let's book this segment. This is going to be Anthony Bartlett Jr. striking back at Conrad from earlier. His target will be, come on, pick it, there we go, Conrad. Um, work on that feud. And let's look between Akiman. Akiman's very charismatic, Fast Eddie, not so much. So Akiman's just going to do a little promo here. I feel like I've probably done not this exact same show before, but things awfully darn similar. Um, in this past month. Oh, by the way, if you don't pick self-promotion there, the people writing the review get really annoyed because they're like, "What? He just went out there and talked with no purpose. Why am I listening to him?" So don't do that. Chappelle Show. Let's start the show. Are you sure I wish to start this show? Yeah, let's do it. Majik not quite having the gravitas necessarily to start things up. Conrad did a good job, though. Let's take a look at this match. The crowd's just not into it. But it was a decent quality match, 68. And Takame doing some hyping. Again, the crowd not that into it, but it's a good match. Fast Eddie and Akiman. Nice job, guys. Anthony Bartlett Jr. It's an okay interview. He's not the most charismatic guy, but we like having him around because he helps us with the announcements. Axel Law and Intakami have a pretty good match. Again, we just are not getting the crowd reaction that we would like. I guess we're not as big a group yet. Akiman's talking about how great he is. And let's conclude with this main event. We've been building up this feud for a while, so the crowd is a little into it. 51%. That's better than total failure. Feel good. Anthony Bartlett Jr. wins this match via kick to the nuts. Oh, nice. That's that's our best show so far, isn't it? All comes down to that Conrad interview. Alright, let me actually first go into event history and see. Was that our best show? Previous show was... Yep, it's our best show. Was it good enough? 15 people. We made 45 bucks. Nice. Conrad thinks he should be war chief. Oh, that's good to know, Conrad. 29. Extreme mail. Let's delete that message. How are we doing for money right now? We are $7,660 in the hole. So that's not good. Matt Lareau. Overall, we are negative figures financially, which must change soon. Well, he hasn't actually fired me. So overall, I'd say you're doing a below average job. Well, honestly, I've taken $200,000 and pissed it all away in backyard wrestling, so I guess I can't blame you for thinking that I'm doing a below average job. Whoa, what's going on here? Sunday Night Heat. CZW's Tournament of Death was attended by 420, dude. Woo! Ring of Honor's Honor invades Boston because I guess it doesn't normally have it. Come on, guys. Wildside TV. JPW, The King of Kings show. Downward Spiral. Take No Prisoners. Firebird TV has been dropped by Comcast, which is interesting. I feel like Comcast Sportsnet for a while was where I got to see TNA. I didn't actually ever see anything called Firebird Wrestling there, but let's see. Events. Can I change to a monthly model? I can only change to a monthly model the first day of each month. Just want to check and make sure in case it was on the last day of each month. Let's go to the next day. If it doesn't immediately pop up with some kind of window that says game over, yeah, I guess we're okay. Extreme mail. Oh, we got a mail from Sophie. Hey, it's Marcos' birthday this month. Maybe he can win. Raw. Television ratings. Pride have announced the competitors for the belongs to competitor for the next year's worth of shows. Dan Severn has announced he will retire in a month. The Beast is lying down. Oh, Spellbinder, aka Kalidra, aka Fantasio, aka Del Rios, has announced he will retire in a month. Now watch it turn out that the guy that I'm thinking of, Del Rios, being also the magician guy, turns out that's not actually Del Rios at all, or the guy that they're calling Del Rios. ROH have a new show on Sundays. NWAW have a new show on Fridays. Fast Eddie is increasing his wage demands by 10% per appearance as he believes he's being underpaid. And it's Marcos. Marcos' birthday. Well, let's go right here. Now I have lost $154,660. Last month was disappointing as we lost money. Overall, I would say you're doing a below average job. You're very right, sir. You're very right. Although we have increased our public image 6%. That's good, right? Let's go to events and change it to a monthly model. I will lose all of my existing event names. September. It is going to be a small show. And we are going to call it what do we call this pay-per-view event? When September ends. Now, I guess WCW is not using it anymore. Let's call it the Fall Brawl. It will not feature War Games The Match Beyond, but it's not going to be on the 1st of September. Let us put that on the last Friday of September, which will be the 25th. Now, how about Saturday? We can move it to Saturday if we're going to a monthly model. only one Saturday a month. We can make people take that time out. Let's change the date. And tell you what, I will go ahead and well, just in case I get through October, um, again, since they're not using it, I'm going to go with cheesy old WCW names for pay-per-view events because I like Halloween Havoc. Oh wait, that's in November. I'm gonna have to alter this and name it something else. Crap, I don't have another name. We could call it Starcade. I don't remember when Starcade was every year. Let's see, November. I guess November to Dismember, I think, was an ECW pay-per-view. Um, we could call it the hmm, something to do with Thanksgiving and professional wrestling. Man, you'd think I'd have something for this. Oh, how about the cornucopia of violence? There we go. We're gonna call our November event the cornucopia of violence, and for October we're gonna have Halloween Havoc. And none of these are pay-per-views, guys. Come on. They're all just small shows. And I believe this is actually adjusted them so that they're all Saturdays, but I'll come back and I'll check that. Yeah, no, it's Sunday. Interesting. Saturday, the 31st of October. And this is going to be Saturday, the 28th of November. Mm-hmm. And if I need to come up with a Christmas pun before we catch up to things here, I'll do it. And again, if I tell you what, I feel kind of bad because I think a lot of people, I had a lot of people leave comments saying, "Oh, I hope we get to give suggestions for wrestlers," and it sort of wasn't my intention. I thought I had mentioned it before, but it might have been in a video that I had to get rid of because like the Fed collapsed instantly because I made a setting wrong. That I was trying to avoid altering the wrestler database as much as I could. One, because, if you make adjustments that aren't correct, you end up collapsing your Fed or other things. And, yeah, let's look at the meeting here. What else? Because there's a lot of stuff we can only do on, we are currently not big enough to run house shows. It's true. Takami's current gimmick isn't really working. Our top draw is Conrad, so he should be the focus of our shows, even though he's the number 2 babyface in the league. Scouting staff. Oh, Big Show might be coming to the end of his contract. Oh, Maven. Tommy Dreamer? Alright. I'm currently handling the workload. Cool. Oh, we can start jacking up our prices. Okay. House shows is 3, better price would be 5. TV shows is 3. Let's go for $10. He's coping with the workload. Alright, do we have any unhappy workers? Nobody's unhappy. Everybody happy. So let's check out the ticket prices here. $5 there. $10 there, $10 there. Yeah, I'm sure. Our money guy said it would be a good idea. So we only got $50,000 in sponsorship money because I guess we were getting paid a small fraction per show what we were actually originally promised, because we were doing weekly shows. So we should actually make more money in sponsorship and theoretically have far less in worker costs by switching to a monthly model. That is, if we still get the full amount of money for these small shows. I don't know that we will. I hope we will, because otherwise we're going to lose money and we won't really have a way to start gaining it in enough time for, probably me to get replaced as the guy running the Fed. So let's go back and, I guess with that, I'm going to go ahead and call this one a video. And when we come back next time, we're going to just breeze through the month of September and book ourselves a show at the end. And from there, we'll see how monthly finances go. I'm Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see all of you next time. Bye for now, though.